Sports Minutes with Ziaul Raushan.
Money FM 89.3. It's time for Sports Minutes with me, Ziaul Raushan. And ahead of Father's Day on the 15th of June, this is a special episode in the company of the captain of the Singapore women's national football team, Rosnani Azman, better known as Nani, who lost her father in 2023. But his love and support continues to inspire her to this day. And she joins me on Sports Minutes today to share some of her fondest memories of her dad, overcoming the grief of his sudden passing, and how she carries her father's legacy onto the pitch and into her leadership role. For anyone who's ever lost a loved one or struggled to keep their memory alive, this is a heartfelt reminder to cherish those bonds that shape us on and off the pitch. Nani, a huge welcome to Sports Minutes. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, Nani. I've had better days, but it's okay. I'm here now. Firstly, Nani, thank you so much for being so brave and coming on board to speak about something that's so difficult but so close to your heart. For a start, perhaps you can tell the listeners a little about your family.
Oh, I got 5 siblings. I'm the middle one. I got older brother, older sister, and 2 younger sister. Yeah, it's a big family.
It's a big, happy family. Unfortunately, your big family was dealt a difficult card when your dad passed in 2023, which I'm sure was a very difficult situation for you to overcome. Tell me a little about your dad and the sort of man he was.
He's a very caring, loving person, I would say, very kind-hearted. The one thing I like about him is that he always tried to adapt to changes. Like, for example, in terms of the parental guidance, like he would try to change compared to the olden days. He would try to keep up with the modern living way.
Well, that's always good news when a dad tries to keep up with recent times. As a new dad myself, I'm going to have to struggle with that eventually. But we're here to talk about you. And I want to ask you, what are some of your fondest memories with your dad?
I think it's when we watch EPL match together when I was young. Yeah, he loved to watch Chelsea play back then. Yeah, so from there I started to pick things up, especially the rules of the game. Yeah, so that's where it all started.
So you went from watching football with your dad in the comfort of your house to then playing football. Did your dad have a part to play in you taking to the pitch?
Yeah, definitely. He, especially when I was in primary school, there's an announcement saying that they are going to open up a girls football team. And I went back home. I remembered I asked him like whether it's okay for me to join them or is there anything that I should be careful of. And he said, yeah, why not? You just give it a try because it's a physical contact. So I was a bit worried also. But to have his blessing, I think it's all started.
It's no surprise then that you described him as your king and your number one fan. I'm guessing your Abah had a part to play in convincing your mother that you should be playing football because it must be difficult in an Asian household.
Yeah, especially when you're a girl. I think it's, back then I think it's normal. Like women's football wasn't really up there yet. And mom was against it, but Abah was like, okay, you just need to trust her, if something good came out of it, that means you know that she's doing something right. Yeah.
And now that your dad is not around, it seems like he was your sounding board, your pillar of strength almost. Do you miss that in your day-to-day life?
Yeah, very much actually. Because every time when I have a problem, especially when it comes to football, he will be the first person that I go to. Yeah, I will just drop him a text, I need to talk to you about this and that. Then he will listen. I mean, of course, he will give advice, but he said at the end of the day, it's all up to you. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what's going on, you know what's best for you.
And you also mentioned in a post saying you wish he stuck around till he was 85 rather than 58 when he passed, which is a fairly young age, right? What were the circumstances behind his passing at 58?
It was actually quite abrupt, I would say, because there was no goodbyes or anything. It was, because of the heart attack. And I think it was very hard to swallow back then because everything just happened so fast and we just have to deal with it quickly. And it was just very tough at that point of time.
And Nani, you mentioned being the middle child in a family of 5 kids, right? What role do you play there? Are you also the captain of the siblings or are you fairly quieter?
No, I'm not the captain. I don't really have to say much, to be honest. It's always my sister and my brother are the ones, But I'll be, I'm quite close to my younger sister. So I'll try to be there for them. I'm trying to be there for everyone.
And you speak with a smile on your face now, but I'm guessing during those moments, it was very, very difficult for you to almost be your usual self.
Yeah. I mean, it changes along the way. You just trying to adapt throughout. It's difficult, I would say. It takes time. I mean, there are times whereby I'm happy. There are times whereby I'll just sit alone and cry. But then again, you just have to pick yourself up because I feel like life goes on at the end of the day. Because I remembered when I was overseas, my dad, he was in and out of the hospital quite often. And then I called him, I said, like, do you want me to go back now? Like, at least I'm there, you know, like physically there is different from being afar. Then he said, like, if anything happened, like, if the worst case scenario, like, if I passed, like, what are you going to do with your life? Like, are you just going to be stuck in Singapore and just, yeah. So he said, like, life goes on no matter what. I mean, yes, it's okay to be sad and to dwell on it, but not until it take control. Yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing that parents tend to be so selfless in terms of putting their child first. Your dad clearly did that. For the benefit of our listeners, right, who would have lost loved ones, special ones close to them, right, struggling for closure almost, what's your message of strength to them in terms of how you carry yourself every day?
For me, personally, you got to keep your family close or your best friends or whoever you're comfortable talking to. I think that's very important to have someone to listen to you. I mean, that person don't really have to like say anything at all. It's like a sounding board that you can just like keep talking and talking and talking. But also apart from that, when you're alone, you know, some people, when they have no one, I think you can start to jot things down, because when there's so much in your head, it's just very messy. And when you start to write things down, you start to declutter it, and then you sort of like know what's going on, and then you slowly take it. I mean, yeah, just day by day, or like, yeah. So that's how it goes for me.
No, I think that's such great advice, right? Especially in a world where we live in, where we're on our phones all the time. To your point, just to take a pause from that and just try and declutter. I like that word a lot. I want to talk to you about football, because clearly it was a very special place between you and your dad. Does the football pitch give you an escape now?
Yeah, I would say still, because I'm still trying to cope with it. But it's not like a fully escape thing. It's more like bringing my dad with me to play football on the field. And now that I changed my name to my dad's name, because I like when the referee called my dad's name instead of my name. Yeah, or like, Azman, come here and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think that's it's really nice to hear. And it's just whenever I'm having a challenging game or whatnot at the back of my head, I know that my dad will always be there.
That's amazing that you've actually changed your kid name. And mentioning that the referee mentioning your dad's name brings something to you. Tell the stadium announcer as well. So next time you score a goal, they mention your dad's name, right? Yeah. That might be quite nice, right? In terms of him playing a part with you now, you say you carry him with you, right? Has there been an instance since his passing that you feel like his presence is with you on the pitch?
I would say whenever I'm having a difficult battles, like the recent one, especially with Geylang or like LCS, like because he always wants my team to win. Like, no matter what. When we are leading and stuff like that, and when things get very hard, I will always try to remember, or like, because I have these text messages of him telling me good luck, or, you know, your team can do this and can do that. So I'll try to remember. I always try to remind myself that, you know, like, I'm doing this, just playing this for people here who's watching, my family, my friends, and especially my dad. Yeah.
Nani, I want to ask you this. I lost my dad when I was 21. That was about 15 years ago. Smartphones weren't a thing, right? So I don't have any videos of him, or quite honestly, I'm happy to say this, I don't really remember his voice. Do you have videos of your dad in terms of the technology that was around?
Yep. I have a lot. Like, my dad will always try to walk in a park, and then he would try to video himself talking, you know.
He was a content creator.
He's just like, especially when I was overseas, you know, like, he will like send me short videos of him like walking, trying to keep fit and stuff like that. And then, I think it's nice because now I can look back on it. Like, there's always something to fall back to when I'm sad and stuff. Like, I actually quite scared if I forget his voice.
I hear you, and I think you're quite lucky to have those videos in terms of hearing those voices. You talk about wanting to make your dad proud. I guess all kids at the end of the day want to make their parents proud, right? Now that he's passed on, you've gone on to continue to forge your football career. Do you do a little extra to try and keep up the name? Yeah, definitely. Because as long as I'm in the scene, the name will always be there. It's really hard to always consistently be on the scene, because I feel like there's a lot of competitions everywhere. And to get a call up takes a lot, because everyone is fighting for the place. Everyone wants to represent your national team. And it's sort of a motivator for me, like to challenge myself to do even better and to be consistently called up by the coach. Look, you don't just get caps, you get the captain's armband as well. You are the national team captain. No pressure, but clearly you are highly regarded by the coach as well as your peers as well. You talk about your dad pushing you into football or motivating you to play football, right? Did he also shape the person, your personality, to be a leader? Yeah, I think he always emphasized on discipline, commitment, and last one is teamwork, because it's a team sport.
So I think teamwork really play an important role. And he always said that before you put your needs, you need to ask the players around you first. Because, I mean, usually captain, you kind of like have a say with the coach and stuff like that. So you can be the voice for the team. And if they have anything to say to the coach and stuff, like you can be the middle person to talk. And I always need to be open-minded, he said. Because he said it's not easy. That's why not everyone can be in a national team. Because not just the physical battle you're handling, but also the mentality part. Your mental, especially. I feel like you can do so well at training and be committed and stuff like that. But if you are not mentally present, the whole thing will be gone. Yeah. So he always said like before game or what, try to calm yourself down, try to think about the positive things and try to share it with the young ones, especially like those who are coming up. Yeah, because he said that's how we keep it going and growing. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Azman, wherever you are, you've taught your daughter well, and I think she's really upholding that legacy. Nani, we are obviously commemorating Father's Day, so I want you to put out a message to our listeners who may have their dads close to them or may have lost their dad like you and me, right? What's your one message in terms of cherishing that bond between father and child?
I would say for me, like you don't have to wait for a special time to say I love you to your dad or like to convey thanks or appreciation for all his sacrifices. Like I hope like you can treat it as though like every day is a Father's Day. So you can just show him through your daily actions that you are grateful and you cherish them. And also for like those who no longer having their father with them, I think it's just something that you can remember in terms of their fond memories. Yeah, just play it around and then just it's just little things or like going to his favorite restaurants or like going for a walk that you guys used to go on a walk with. Yeah, so I think it's all those little things.
No, I like that a lot. I think a person is only truly gone when you stop thinking about them and you stop talking about them. And you and your family clearly are doing that. Ahead of Father's Day, if your dad was listening to you, what's one message you would like to tell him?
I would say that I miss you so much and I really miss your voice. And I just want to say thank you for guiding me through. I mean, even though you're gone, your love still guides me. Yeah.
And I'm sure you're going to do everything you can in your capacity to continue to honor his legacy. Once again, thank you for being so brave and bold to share your story. I'm in the company of the captain of the women's national team, so it's only right I talk to you about football slightly. And that brings me to the next part of this conversation, which is set to be a busy month for the women's team, right? You've got competitions coming up. One competition you're not going to be a part of is the ASEAN Women's Championship. That decision was obviously made public on the 9th of June, citing reasons such as prioritizing player welfare, maintaining performance standards, and preparing the team for other challenges like the AFC Asian Women's Cup qualifiers and SEA Games. Nani, all things considered, you think it's the right decision to pull the team out?
I think it depends on their priorities at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, as a player, we just go along with what's there for us. And of course, it's disappointing because we worked very hard to qualify. I mean, it wasn't an easy tournament, I would say, to prep for the competition with a lot of commitment, sacrifices. We just want to be able to like test ourselves against the stronger opponent. But I mean, it is what it is now. So we just carry on with it. Yeah.
No, you're right. I think recency bias means you forget how difficult that tournament was. But I recall how difficult that tournament was for you girls, eventually clinching the third place against Timor-Leste. But anyway, let's not talk about what's not happening. Let's talk about what's happening. And that's a double-header coming up against Hong Kong, who you played twice in the space of 3 days. One closed-door friendly and then one open to public, right? What's the thinking behind that in terms of having the same opponent twice? It's been done before, right?
Yeah, it has been done before, but I think it's more of like trying to understand their strategy, their style of play for the first game and try to see what we can counter with for the second game. Yeah, probably that's that. And also with the space of like 3 days, I think he's trying to do the same thing because in Jordan, we're going to be playing games and then 2 days rest and then we're going to play another game. So it's like trying to...
Acclimatize?
Acclimatize to it. Like,
I understand that, and I guess all of this is gearing up to the AFC Women's Asian Cup qualifiers, which is happening in Jordan, right? In terms of the listeners who are on the fence about supporting the Lionesses almost, what's your message to them to come out and support you and your team?
We will definitely do our best to put up a good performance, I mean, regardless of the results, because at the end of the day, we are playing for the country and also for the fans back at home. So please do support us and try to catch us live on the link, and hopefully we can deliver something for all of you back at home.
Absolutely. That's what your support will mean thousands of miles away for the Singapore Lionesses. Nani, I have one final question. We talked about your father and everything he meant to you, and then we talked about football. I want to ask you this: how do you balance the both of it? Because losing your dad takes an emotional toll, yet in the game that you play, you are needing to be stoic and strict and put up a professional front. How do you balance it?
I would say it's tough. It's really hard. But I always tell myself that, work is work. You can't let your emotions get into it. So I always try to have this ability to separate my emotions from duty. So then I will be able to perform better. Because once emotions start to kick in, then that's where your mental state is you're not in the right state of mind. And I don't want that to happen, especially when you're carrying an armband. You have to lead the team out. And people are looking up at you, not just your team, not just the coaches, but also people back at home. It's hard to get out of my comfort zone, but it's just still something that I'm trying to cope. Yeah, but I'm still learning along the way. So we see how it goes from here.
Nani, you mentioned all those people looking up to you, your teammates, the coaching staff, the fans. I'm sure your dad is looking on and feeling very proud as well. Thank you so much for sharing such a vulnerable yet inspiring story today. I'm sure the listeners have been inspired. And to our listeners, take a moment this Father's Day to cherish those bonds, whether close by or in your heart, because much like football, the time we have with our loved ones is often determined by fate. Nani, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sports Minutes on Money FM 89.3.